Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, July 18th, 2021. Angela Merkel says Germany must do more to fight the climate crisis. Chancellor survived flood damage and meets survivors as German death toll passes 115 with dozens missing. Chancellor Angela Merkel has said Germany must up its pace in tackling the impact of the climate crisis after more flash floods devastated towns in western Germany, Bavaria and Austria over the weekend. While one flood in itself was not an indicator of the climate crisis, Merkel said during a visit to one of the two regions in western Germany, hasters hit by last week's record rainfall. The number of such extreme weather events had increased in recent years. We have to up the pace in the fight against climate change, the German leader said. The Alpine district of the Berchtesgadener land became the last region of the affected by floods on Saturday evening, after heavy rainfall led to flooded streets and landslides, leaving at last one person dead. Across the border in Austria, working slowly with the rainwater flooded the historic center of the town of Holland, south of Salzburg, trapping residents in their building, upending cars and inundating ground floor shops. The town's mayor, Alexander Stengensinger, told the broadcast RRF the floods had caused damage worth millions of euros. Several towns in the hilly eastern German region of Saxon Switzerland, southeast of Dresden, were also cut off at the train services to the Czech Republic disrupted. Rainfall in the catchment basin of the Kinistitz, Poland's Zlemnitz and Wesnitz tributaries exceeded 100 liters per meter over their course of the over 24 hours. Authorities reported leading in the water to break the river's banks. Intense rainfall last week claimed the lives of the last 184 people in Western Europe. On Wednesday and Thursday, a near stationary low pressure weather system over parts of Western Germany brought intense rainfall and floods, with 110 people killed in the state of the Rhineland-Palatinate and further 45 in the North Rhine-Westphalia, and the last 28 in neighboring Belgium, and the last 670 people were injured. Germany's main provider of the public railway services, Deutsche Bahn, said the storm and the flood had caused damage to over 80 of its stations and more than 600 kilometers of tracks. During her visit to the affected areas in Western Germany, Merkel on Sunday described it as surreal, ghostly situation in the village of Sud in the Rhineland-Palatinate state, where floods had ripped through buildings, washing away cars and trapped people in their homes. The German language barely has words of the devastation that has been wrought here, Merkel said during her joint visit with Malu Dreyer, the state premier. She pledged to kick financial aid to region and vowed to return to Sud in August. Her finance minister, Social Democratic Chancellor candidate Olaf Scholz, on Sunday promised at least 300 million euros, 257 million pounds to the victims of the natural disaster. Germany is a strong country, Merkel said. We will stand up to the force of the nature in the short terms, but also in the medium and the long term. The flood have hit Germany 2 months before federal elections. That will determine a success to Merkel, who is stepping down after 16 years in office. The conservative front-runner to step into her shows Armin Laschet, the leader of the Christian Democratic Union, on Thursday interrupted a party meeting to attend flood-hit areas. The populous West state he represented as premier, while visiting the devastated town of the F-Stadt, where an eroded gravel quarry had slowed cars, bits of a road and the entire building. Laschet was on Saturday caught sharing jokes with the bystanders while the German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier solemnly addressed the cameras. Lars Klingbeil, the General Secretary of the center-left Social Democratic Party, called Laschet's behavior lacking in decency and appealing. The broadcaster commented that every elections campaign operates at the few moments in which the candidates show their true colors. Adding, today is such a moment. Laschet tweeted an apology on Saturday afternoon. The fate of those affected, which we heard about in many conservations, is important to us, he wrote. So I regret all the more the impression that arose from a conversation situation that was inappropriate, and I am sorry. The Green Party's candidate for Chancellor Annalena Baerbock, who has struggled to center the national conversation around ecological issues after a strong start to her campaign, cut short her holiday to visit affected areas, but declined to be accompanied by the press. Mass tabloid Bild, which makes no secret of the distaste for the idea of the Green victory in September, warning against politicizing the floods. What no one needs right now is a stupid ideological blame game and campaign sought by that instrumentalizes the brute force of the nature of the political ends, wrote Bild's editor-in-chief Julian Riot in the comment piece. You overcome catastrophe through unity, not division. But contrast the regional Republic broadcast in the affected parts of Germany said it was inevitable that the flood will take center stage as the country's elections campaign enters its hot phase. Weather is highly political. There is barely such a thing as a political weather. And high-pressure system over Britain and Ireland is promised to alleviate concern about further rainfall by bringing dry and sunny summer weather to Germany in the coming week. The German Meteorological Service announced on Sunday the weekend could see a return of stormy weather in Germany's southeast, however.
Overnight they were upstairs and it was dark because there was no light, no power, and yeah, there was also no phone connection, so we tried to reach them all night and it was very hard.
J'ai ma sœur. En plus de ça, on nous a annoncé que les maisons pouvaient s'écrouler.
The climate change exists. We must do to save our planet. The Earth is our unique home, and that Europe recovers soon. My regrets the families that lost loved ones in this tragedy. Thank you very much for watching my new video. Subscribe, comment, and sharing that. Thank you very much. A good afternoon and good Sunday for all. Bye.